Okay, let's go. We are live. I'm Lifestyles with Eric. When you come in, make sure you thumbs up the video, please. Make sure you thumbs up. It's been about a week. Haven't been on in a few days. Like I said, sometimes I take a mental break, and the weather is wearing me out mentally. Honestly, I have winteritis, but I'm shaking it off. I'm going to be okay. We're going to get through February, and we're going to be fine. It's coming. Good weather is coming eventually. Let's get this live filled up. Let's get this live filled up. I'm going to talk about one thing first and then the other thing second. So let's get it. Let's talk about it. I'm Lifestyles with Eric. Again, when you come in, make sure you like the video, thumbs up the video. I promise it won't cost you anything. And if you're not a subscriber to Lifestyles with Eric, I'd love to have you a part of my family. You're not just a subscriber. I promise you, you are definitely family. So come on in. We always do lives. I rarely do a recorded video. I like to talk to my audience. Um, that's what I do. I like to talk to my audience and see what's on your mind and your reaction in real time. So again, that's what I do. I'm Lifestyles with Eric. I'm different. We do a lot of cooking videos. Appreciate everybody liking my cooking videos. I do a lot of cooking. That's definitely one of my big hobbies. I'm also a artist. I do abstract and contemporary art, along with a few other things. I like to say I'm a master. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm good at a lot of things and not a master of anything necessarily. Just I'm great at a lot of things. So, hello, ladies. Miss Kenyatta, Miss Judy, thank you for coming in tonight. I'm Lifestyles. We are live. Again, thanks for coming in. Make sure you like the video, which means thumbs up the video, please. That doesn't cost you anything, I promise. And I'd love to have you a part of the membership. If you're not a member of Lifestyles with Eric, that definitely shows your appreciation and that you're really rocking with Lifestyles. So look on my page and you can check out the membership subscriptions and things like that. I'm going to be doing something real special for my members here real soon. We're at a new year. It's 2026. Actually, today is my 6-year anniversary that I've been on YouTube, and I'm not going to give up. We are definitely going to get over this subscriber hump. We're going to hit that mark eventually. I'd like to hit the 10,000 mark by sometime in the summer, honestly. And I think it's doable. So, that's my goal. I'd like to hit at least 10,000 subscribers by the summertime, and we need as many subscribers as we can get. And again, your family once you hit subscribe. If excuse me, if I could change the button from subscribe to family, you'd be family first. Okay. So again, just make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Like I said, we're going to try to fill this live up and we'll get to talking. In the meanwhile, I hope everybody's surviving the fake snow out there. At least that's what I like to call it. I did my own little personal experiment. Took some snow, balled it up, lit it on fire, put it in a bowl. It would not melt. It wouldn't light. It wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't drip. It just turned black. A lot of different people from different states have been doing a lot of different experiments on snow. I'm not saying it's not snow, but it is mixed with something else. They know that the weather is getting ready to get better and they're blocking out the sun. At least that's my opinion and my theory, and a lot of other people's theories. Theories. When they do, when they're flying the airplanes up in the air, back and forth across our skies, and you see stuff coming out the back of them that's white, those are called chemical trails. And they're spraying things down into the atmosphere. Some things attract to the the moisture in the atmosphere, and then it turns into snow or rain. But these machines do exist, and these things do exist. So thank you, Ms. Jones. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. Thank you. But it's unfortunate. It's certain things that we can't do anything about, but it's also good to know what you're seeing when you see it. And that's all I'm saying. Again, thank you everybody for coming in. Again, we're going to try to fill the live up a little bit. We're going to try to fill this live up. The Epstein list, interesting, interesting. Everybody's still trying to implement President Trump, but what they don't understand is that if President Trump was in any form or fashion doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing, that would have came out way before he was the president, or he wouldn't have been the president. I'm not here to defend the president, but I do know what he said and what the news media said goes hand in hand. When he found out that this guy was doing some weird things, because one of the young women that was 18 worked at his club, Mar-a-Lago, she came back to the club and said that they were trying to recruit her for sex. And she told them that it got to Trump. He said, no more, you're out of here. You're not allowed to my club anymore. And he cut all ties with him. So again, they don't have any ties like that. Yes, he knew him. Yes, he went to, I think he partied at Mar-a-Lago before, but that's before he knew he was into some weird things. The young women that they were flirting with in the videos that you see, those were grown women. So that's totally different. But when he found out he was doing things with younger, underage women and recruiting him and Ghislaine Maxwell, then that's when he severed all ties from Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, what's going on, Harlem? Miss Linda, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. All righty, I'm Lifestyles. Thank you for coming in, everybody. Well, I'm sorry, it's just Monday. I'm trying to rush it through. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope everybody's getting through the weather okay. So we'll just get right to it. So I want to say condolences to the Busby family in Fishers. Send my deepest condolences. I know what it feels like to lose a child, but I also know what it feels like to lose a daughter, and it's devastating to lose a child and a daughter or a son. It's devastating. So I like to send my deepest condolences out to the family. I hope that they find peace in some way. Losing a 17-year-old child is just unimaginable. And I could not imagine losing a child. That was a child. My daughter was, rest her soul, she was 29 when she passed. But losing a 17-year-old is just not a long time on earth. And although God puts us here for a reason, for a certain amount of time, certain things to me aren't supposed to happen. I was going to talk about the Jeffrey Epstein list first, but we'll talk about it a little bit here in a little bit. But the first thing I want to talk about is parents having children that are gaming online. That's a real popular thing right now. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But what I will say is that if you have teenagers, underage teenagers, gaming in your home, in their rooms that they occupy, but it's still your home, you need to definitely know who your children, because they're still children, are gaming with, who they're communicating with online, because the story is from WTHR Indianapolis, Channel 13 News, is that this young lady met this guy through a game. They were gaming. And this this monster that is allegedly the man that committed this heinous horrific crime against this little girl, young lady under 18 years old, is named Tyler Thomas, 39 years old, of Columbus, Ohio. Allegedly, he met her at her home. She had a bag packed, left, and was no longer seen after that. A parent's worst nightmare. He allegedly took her to a rental property in Ohio, and then also to his own residence, where he did God knows what to this young lady. I don't know if they found her yet, but I do truly hope that they find her, this young lady. um, he said that he did pick her up, and he said that he also dropped her off. Of course, I don't believe that, and I'm sure that the authorities don't believe it either. Uh, but it's just so it's unfortunate. And again, we just need to know who our children are communicating with. It's just not like it used to be. I was never a video game kid when I was a kid, so now it's different. They're playing video games with people all around the world, and on these platforms, you don't know who you're talking to. This grown man may have a childlike name or a handle for his gaming name, and he may talk childish, may act like he's a teenager, but in all actuality, this person is a grown man or a grown adult trying to bait or groom a child on a gaming platform. And I'm just so hurt for this family because they didn't know. They didn't know. There has to be a new law where parents have to know if they're under 18 who they're chatting with on the gaming platforms. Period. That's just the way it has to be. I may need a throat lozenge. My throat is getting dry. I should have gotten one. Now I'm clearing my throat a lot. I do apologize. But there has to be something put in place because this is happening way too much. And what can we do about it? They're underage. They're underage. This is just unthinkable. And I just send my condolences out to the family. Stacy, you're right. I mean, that's seems like that's all I say is that it's about parents being parents. You can't spoil these kids to the point where you're not looking in on them and checking on them and seeing if they're who they're talking to. Sometimes they're not grown, but a lot of times we know that we have good kids and we kind of let them be a little grown, not knowingly, I think. My kids are adults. My youngest is getting ready to be 20, although he's still a very mature young man. It's a lot of things he doesn't know. And he's still naive about certain things. So us as parents have to continue to parent until they're ready. And that's just all it is to it. You can't blame society. I'm not going to blame Tyler Thomas necessarily because here's the kicker. Tyler Thomas didn't kidnap this young lady. She willingly left with Tyler Thomas. Now, she was underage, but she willingly left with him. So if she would have been 18 and left with him, there would have been no recourse. She could leave if she wanted to. She's 18. But the point is that she didn't know this young man, this man, and he unalived this poor little girl, or allegedly unalived this little girl. And it's just unfortunate. But parents have to be parents. You have to parent. There has to be some accountability as parents. I know she ran out at night when they were in the bed. I think that's probably the only way that she got out. And it's sad that you have to do that with these younger people nowadays. But there's a thing called trust, and maybe she'd never done that before. I don't know. I'm not judging her parents. They're going through something right now. I'm really not trying to judge. It's just sad. The parents have to step up, Linda. They definitely do. It's too much going on. It's just not like it used to be. Like I said, I see big kids on the bus stop with parents standing there. We would have never needed parents on the bus stop with us when we were teenagers. Nobody bothered us. We stuck together. We stood there on the bus stop and waited on the bus. I mean, it's just not like it used to be. People didn't bother teenagers. People didn't bother kids. We were all on the bus stop with no parents on the bus stop sitting there watching us. You know, uh, I don't know. No judgment. Yeah, definitely no judgment. It's just a hard pill to swallow after the loss is occurred. After the loss has occurred, um, you think about what you could have done. Same as me. My daughter unalived herself or committed suicide. So I have to sometimes think about, is there something that I could have done different? Is there something that I could have said different that would have made her talk to me more, or express herself to me more? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that question because she's gone. They're gone. So two different situations, but two losses that were dear and great to our hearts. So again, I'd like to say just condolences to the Busby family. We're sending prayers out to you, and we hope that you get through this uh, tumultuous time right now. Tumultuous time right now. We pray for you as a lifestyles family. We definitely pray for you. All right. So the Epstein list. We talked about this before, but this is a little weird. This is a little different. Um, they they have video. They have um, recordings that you can listen to, and I am seeing and hearing some disturbing things about the Epstein case. This guy was a sick go, total sicko. I mean, total sicko. Um, I saw a video with Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, standing on top of his island in his kitchen, chasing around little girls in his kitchen that were not his children. Sick, sick, sick. And I can imagine what went on that day. Sick, 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 sick. Just horribly sick. I also heard another horribly sick story about some dignitaries or people being on a yacht. I'm not going to even say the names, and had unalived a baby and took the intestines out and ate the feces of the baby. And that's in the Epstein files. I also saw where Bill Gates allegedly, this is in the files, was begging Jeffrey Epstein for antibiotics to give his wife, his ex-wife, so that she wouldn't contract whatever STD he got from Russian hookers. And Jeffrey Epstein wanted to know how his penis looked. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Not only that, I saw pictures with Jeffrey Epstein and one of our former presidents, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all just chumming it up. They even had the former president. They were picking him up. Weird, super weird, super super weird. Not only that, the new mayor of New York, Mandani, may just be Jeffrey Epstein's biological son. I just saw that. Evidently, his mother met Jeffrey Epstein a long time ago. She attended, and his mother is on the list, by the way. The mayor of New York's mother is on the list. Her name is Myra Nair. She's a filmmaker. She was at one of the parties back in 2009. But there's pictures of the new mayor of New York when he was a little baby in his mom's arms with Jeffrey Epstein. And this is very strange. Very, very strange. So I'm wondering, and you'll probably see it, you'll probably see those photos. I'm wondering if this is his son, allegedly. Weird, just weird. But I'm hearing a lot of weird things. Somebody told me that one of our former president's wives was listening to babies being tortured or something, or telling babies to something weird. Just weird, weird, allegedly. Um, I just know that there's some weird things going on, and I totally believe it. Not only that, Jeffrey Epstein called his bank account Baal. Baal was the deity that sacrificed children, that basically they worship the devil or Satan. Strange. Very, very strange. But do you think that this list is a distraction? That's do you think it's a distraction? I mean, um, if they really just go ahead and release it all and redact all the stuff, the whole political system would be crushed. The whole political structure would be crushed because there's blackmail on everybody, everybody. And they've been knowing who was on this list way before Trump, way before Obama. They've been knowing, or around that time, and nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. But these politicians and different people were still dealing with Epstein after he was convicted of being a child pedo. They still were his friends. Remember Hakeem Jeffries, remember they're not talking about that anymore. But remember, he was in the emails begging him for contributions. And that's not allegedly, that was in the emails. So a lot of people have been compromised. And I just want to know who it is now. Why not? I just want to know. Although I'm concerned with bigger things because this could be a distraction. I'd still like to know. But there's certain things that I just don't want to look at because it's going to lock an image in my head, and it's going to make me think about what that man was doing with those children. And it's just horrible to think what he was doing with those little girls. Sick. So you're going to hear more about these files. You're going to hear more. It's 3 million emails and videos and all that stuff. It's just too many to look at. It's you don't want to get overwhelmed with it. But there's so many pictures and emails and different phrases and references. And we know what pizza means. Come on, people. We know what pizza means. That's a code word for pedo when you're in the celebrity stuff. They like little kids, they say pizza. They like to eat pizza. That's what they say. So we have to be aware of these words and phrases and things like that. And it's nothing wrong with knowing about this stuff. You may not be able to do anything about it, but it's good to know what you're looking at, know what you're listening to, know what you're seeing. It's good to know. Always be in the know. And anything I know, I'm going to pass it off to you because you're family. And I just want you to know that. This is a sensitive subject, and it's just going to get more sensitive as we find out more. Or do we want to know really what was going on that island besides child sacrifices? To gain power, that's what the rich and wealthy do. I mean, that's what Nicki Minaj said that allegedly Jay-Z was doing or has been doing. And I believe it. I totally believe it. I've seen it, the things and images that he's been doing and the things that he said in his music, and nobody even pays attention. Jesus won't save you. That's in the song New York. Jesus can't save you is what he says, actually. So remember, pay attention to what you're listening to. Pay attention to what you're watching. Just pay attention, because you don't want that kind of stuff into your soul if that's not the type of person you are, or how you live your life. So I just want to say thanks for all the 6 years of support, everybody. We're going to definitely have some new and fresh ideas coming soon. I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with Lifestyles for the past 6 years today. Thanks again. You've been great. And thanks again for everybody that came on today. Again, make sure you like the video, like. If this is the first time you came on to watch, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And remember, after subscribe, your family. Okay. Miss Rose, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, you're absolutely right. Destroying the innocent. And that really upsets me too, because you're taking their innocence away. And innocence is important. It's very important. So again, I appreciate everybody coming in tonight. I'm Lifestyles with Eric, and we'll see you again soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.